Question is, dreams create unpleasant scenarios and these thoughts linger the whole day. How to get rid of the bad mood? So mind creates illusory situations. What are the step-by-step processes to deal with it? And these, you can say these are two set of questions, but it's a lengthy thing. In spiritual world, I can tell you that we live in these three states. One is called the waking state, one is called the dream state, and the third one is called the deep sleep state. So when we study these three states of being, there is a fourth one also, but not mentioned here. But for any normal human being, these three states are always going to be there. When a man is awake, this world appears to him through the senses. You can see the world outside, you can experience it, you can feel it. And it is very real because our senses are interacting with the world outside, so it appears absolutely real to us. In deep sleep, the same world disappears. There is not even an iota of knowledge whether this world exists or not. Alright. So, in deep sleep, man has no clue about this world outside. So, these two states you understand. What happens in between, when you are just about to fall asleep, we go into what is called at REM sleep, rapid eye movement. Now, this particular sleep is neither here nor there. So, you get a lot of dreams during that particular state. None of these dreams which you see have anything real in them. It's a dream. Please remember this, it's a dream. But the dreams appear so real, as if you can see things happening. But how are they unreal? You see, you may be around 30 or 40 years old, and yet you are seeing yourself when you are 12 or 15 years old. And it's the same house, and the people who may or may not be there are still talking to you. It sounds so real to you in that dream. But when you wake up, it's not there. These dreams are creations of mind. Please remember that. All the dreams, literally all the dreams, are creation of mind. Some people say that I dream of certain things which are to happen and they really happen. We call them premonitions in our normal world, isn't it? I got a premonition that today something like this is going to happen. These thoughts, these dreams, this kind of situations literally affect a human being also. If you remember the dream, then it affects you sometimes terribly, which is a fact. The material world gets completely engrossed in it. Your entire day may go dreaming of the same person. I mean, just imagine you are not expecting your mother-in-law to turn up and your mother-in-law has appeared in your dream. My God, you're going to have your mother-in-law right in front of your eyes. And you know how difficult it is. Yeah. Or someone whom you owe money and that person is going to come in front of you. You had it. Your entire day is going to be full of anxiety. Oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? It is real, of course. You feel it. You feel it so much within you. We cannot discount this kind of things. Because you're going through the stages of fear. Different kinds of fear. Mind has this very powerful imaginary way of concoction. It plays with you tremendously. And it can create situations which you cannot even think of. A small instance can literally blow out of proportions. In the Uddhav Gita, there is a very beautiful verse where Krishna says, lot of times people they don't feel happy with spirituality and they go away. They are with me as devotees and suddenly they leave and go. Why do they go? So he says, the mind plays a fantastic trick on them. And they succumb to their mind. Please understand one thing, mind itself is an illusory creature. If you try to understand where the mind is, you will not know. You see, people say mind is here on the top. It is your brain over there, not your mind. Nobody knows where the mind is. Even the scientists can just tell you that there are certain neurons firing here and there, and a hypothalamus is acting and some different kinds of stuff is getting created. Sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you feel sad. There is a serotonin levels going up and this is happening. Well, of course you can say whatever you want to, but still it is not the mind. Mind is one of the sheaths of the body. A sheath, a covering, a layer. It is in the subtle part of the body. It is called the subtle body. Alright? It is just like the intellect. It is a subtle body. It actually is non-existent. But still, the mind is so very formidable that you do not have even an iota of strength to fight it. Human beings succumb to the mind. Mind tends to create such drastic and dramatic situations that you start believing in them and you can take extreme steps. It becomes a terrible kind of a situation in everybody's life because mind creates those. Suspicion, anger, upset, you name it. All the negative things will happen. All this happens because you so much believe in this creature. In our world, in the spiritual domain, the most important of all the texts that are there around, every text that is there, spiritual one, Adhyatmic as we call it, it is telling you overcome the mind, overcome the mind, overcome the mind. It's the same refrain everywhere. Why is it so? All the scriptures are telling you overcome the mind because mind is the one which is trapping you inside this body. The body, which is unreal by itself, appears so real. And because of this mind, we start believing in it that I am the body, I am the body, I am the body. Whereas spirituality is all about the spirit. It is not about the body. You are not the body. This is what we teach. You are not the body. You are not the body. You are not the body. Alright? You are the Supreme Spirit. Got it? So, how do you get rid of this bad mood? The moment you start believing in whatever nonsense that is thrown to you, even in the form of a dream, which is by itself unreal, your belief is what creates all these demons in your world. If you believe there is a demon, it is going to exist for you. But if you don't believe in this demon, it doesn't exist. As a kid, you have always been shown fear. Don't go here, don't do this, the policeman will come, there is a ghost over there. All these kind of situations have been told to you just because you should not do that thing. As an elder, the mother or whoever, a father who is telling you these things, know very well that, oh, this is just to put fear in the mind of that child because he's doing something naughty. That is why. Or they will look at me, even when children come to me, Guruji will get upset. Guruji will say something. What is Guruji going to do? Guruji is not a villain in anybody's life, but the idea is so strong. When you drill it in a person, it becomes stronger and stronger. Mind is exactly like that. An imaginary thing called a dream can actually become real because you create it. In the spiritual world, the mind is a tool given to you for rising higher, not going downwards. Self-effort is required for rising higher in life, not going downwards. So the moment you start giving yourself that I can't do it, this is not possible, this is impossible, there are so many problems, you are going to create problems on the way. But when you know you can overcome any situation, all these problems can go away. Even in the worst case scenario as today, where the markets are crashing, the whole world is coming to a standstill, there is so many defaults going on, people are losing job, there is no money in this world, so many issues coming up. Some people are really very sick. At such point in time, the mind can really pull you down. The same mind, you have to use it to rise higher. We say you keep your mind occupied. When you keep your mind occupied by doing something productive. See, whatever I am saying is also told to you by all these new age people as well as those people who are motivators. There are so many of them online continuously. And today they are filling up the entire social media with it. Go watch those videos and you will see. You have to rise above. Then you can get rid of these problems. Stop thinking all the negative stuff. How do you do this step by step? There are simple methods in the material world. The idea is nobody remembers how to do it, even if your mind tells you, you have to do this, you have to do this, and you have to do this. Do you think you have such a great memory that you will remember whatever you have thought of? No. Write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper. Don't write it down in an electronic media. I am telling you this because I have seen the whole system crashing. It is like trying to remember telephone numbers. You can't. You see, nowadays if I ask what is the number of this person, you may not remember. You will have to go to your phone and see the phone book. Write it down. Write down the ideas that come to you step by step, whatever they are. Put them in a serial order the way you will execute them. Idea is to execute. Don't just write and keep it inside, alright? So, write it down and start thinking on how you are going to go ahead with those things. Put them in a specific order. It is like you are creating a plan for building a house. You know how plans are drawn. You know all the things that you got to gather. You know all the technical people, the masons, this one, that one, all those people who are involved. If your plan involves people, write them down. Whoever is going to be of help to you, please write that person's name. take down the number, write down everything. You will be amazed to know that one day I was sitting across a client, and the client was at loggerheads with his agency, advertising agency. And because I was sitting in front of him, I said, "Sir, give it to me, I will do it." Now, it involved dubs in more than 16, 17 languages. Now, I did not have any idea of the dubbing. But then, I had to do it. So, I went and gathered these people, called them up. I had some of the best artists to do these dubs for me. Now, such big names which you cannot even imagine, I called them up and I said, "Sir, this is my first assignment. I would like you to help me." And believe me, when you are very clear and when you are so pure in your heart that you want to do something worthwhile, the universe actually helps you. Please remember this. The universe will conspire to help you. But you got to put your step forward. So doing this step by step means overcoming your fears, overcoming your problems, writing them down, sorting them out. This is the way which is to be done. This question is more on the lines of the material domain rather than the spiritual. But I have given you a slightly mixed version of it, telling you what these three domains are, like what is deep sleep, what is dream state, and what is waking state. I will tell you something very strange in this. What appears real in the material world when you are waking, in your waking state, alright? You don't know what is there in the deep sleep. In the waking state, you don't know what is there in the deep sleep, right? What appears in the deep sleep, in the deep sleep, you don't know what is the waking state. The bridge between the two is called the dream state. Now see what I am telling you. What is appearing to you in the waking state as real is a dream for you in the deep sleep state. What is appearing as real in the deep sleep state is a dream for the waking state. It's a reverse. Deep sleep for material worldly people is a tamasic state. Nothing happens there. But spiritual people, for them, their deep sleep is the most dynamic state of all. They are awake, and daytime they are asleep. This is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita. You will know what I am talking about because this verse will also be there. What is there in the deep sleep and what is there in the waking state is nothing but a dream. See, for a spiritually risen person, a person who is spiritually perfect, he is awake when the world is asleep. Material worldly persons have no idea of what is being said during that state and the way they behave. It's a rahasya. It's a secret. The spiritual people understand that.